It's definitely a completely different experience. Excuse my hair, it is wet. Only because I really wanted to get this video done today, and I'm afraid that it's about to like get really dark outside because it's supposed to rain like really super crazy, and I really wanted natural sunlight and stuff, and so I was like, forget my hair, I have to film the video. So I'm sorry, it is not the cutest right now, but this is my nursing school update video for you guys. A lot of you have just been like crazy asking for an update as far as how nursing school is going, and so I am finally getting that up for you guys. And so I didn't want to make it before now because a lot of you were asking, and I had only been in school for like 3 weeks, so I really didn't have much to talk about. But now that it's halfway through the semester, I figured that I do have some things to share and some stuff like that. So for my first semester of nursing school, I am taking 12 hours, which is 4 classes. 3 of them are in class and 1 of them is online. I do not get to pick my schedule or the classes I take. It is all decided for me, literally for the rest of nursing school. So I did not choose these classes. These are classes I was just like, I have to take. They decide for you. And so I go to 1 class a day. So on Monday I go to 1 class from 9 to 12. On Tuesday I go to 1 class from 9 to 4. And then on Wednesday I go to 1 class from 9 to 12. So on Monday I have Pathophysiology. If you don't know what that is, it's basically the study of diseases. So we literally learn everything about diseases, like every type of disease, and then what it does to you, risks and all that kind of stuff. Literally just tons of diseases and what they do. And so that's one of my classes. On Tuesday I have health assessment, which is basically learning how to assess a patient. And that generally means like when they first enter the hospital or clinic, I'm assessing them, I'm going over their body. And so we have a lecture that goes from 9 to 11, and then we have a lunch break, and then we have lab from 1 to 4. And the best way I can explain that class is basically like if you were to come in to a hospital and your nurse came in and she's doing your vitals, she's asking you questions and looking at you and palpating and like touching and listening with her stethoscope and all that kind of stuff. That's what this class is about. And so yeah, there's that. And then on Wednesday I take Pharmacology, which is medicines or drugs or everything like that. So I am learning literally tons of drugs, what they do, their side effects, drug interactions, patient education, all that kind of stuff related to drugs and what they treat and everything like that. And then my online class is Nursing Dimensions. I honestly don't really know what that class is for because we basically have like a bunch of different types of stuff every time. So I don't really know, but I'm in that class as well. My 2 hardest classes by far, well, my hardest class is Pharmacology, and then Pathophysiology isn't that far behind, only because there's so much material. Right now I am making all A's in 1B, and my 1B is in Pharmacology. Yeah, it's just insane. Our first test was over 31 chapters of material. So that makes you just kind of get a glimpse into what I'm working with here. So it's really extremely hard, and I know everybody, literally everybody, told me that this was going to be the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, and I was like, yeah, I know, like nursing school is hard. Like, no. Nursing school is the hardest thing I have ever done in my entire life. Honestly, if I want to like backtrack into like the first and second week that I was in nursing school, I was literally sitting there and thinking like, I am not smart enough to be here. Like, I would sit in class and I'm just like, I should not be here. Like, I am not smart enough to be here. And then I'm like, whoa, Kathryn, like, I'm obviously smart enough to be there because I got into the school, but it's just overwhelming And nursing school is nothing like anything I've ever experienced, and so I have had days where I've struggled, but I know that in the end this is literally what I've always wanted to do with my life, and I do want to be a nurse. It's just getting through nursing school, and especially this first semester. Everybody at my school has said their first semester of nursing school was the hardest, and so just because of the material like pharmacology and pathophysiology and stuff like that. So, after I kind of got over the struggle of like, no, you really are supposed to be here, Kathryn, and don't worry, kind of got into routine of being a nursing student. If you go back and watch one of my videos where I talk about being a student and a full-time worker, I told you I'm not a big study person, and I'm not. In my first degree, I would literally study the night before or the day of and be fine. I couldn't probably not study longer than 30 minutes. I am a completely different person now. For my first pathophysiology test, I studied, I had it on a Monday, and Thursday I don't have any classes. And so Thursday I literally studied from about 10 a.m. to about 1 a.m. in that time frame. And when I say study, I literally mean I'm at my dining table and I don't move. Like, I eat while studying. I'm not like taking Netflix breaks. I'm not like getting on Facebook and stuff like that. I am literally studying the entire time. And then I think Friday I didn't study at all. Saturday night from about 6 to midnight I studied, and then Sunday I studied from 9 a.m. to about 2 a.m. And like, that is not me. Like, I am a completely different student now than I was with my first degree, and that is just because there's no way. I mean, needless to say, I made a 92 on the test, so it was good. I mean, it was worth it studying that much and stuff. And the same goes for the one pharmacology test I've had. I mean, I literally study for those tests all day. Like, when I had my pharm test that week, I skipped patho on Monday so I could study more. Like, I literally did not go to class, and instead of waking up and going to class, I woke up and at 9 o'clock started studying for the entire day. And so it is just insane, the amount I study now. I'm still having a life, like I still do sweethearts and stuff like that. It's just completely different academic life, I guess you could say. And by far none of the material is easy. As far as clinicals go, I am not in clinicals this semester. That starts next semester for me. So I am not like in the hospital or in an office or anything like that. However, I do have 2 patient interactions, and that is for my health assessment class, where we do go and interact with a patient, and they watch us through the cameras and stuff, and we have 45 minutes to assess the patient from head to toe and all the body systems, and then we have 15 minutes to document, and that's a grade, and we have 2 of those in my health assessment class. So I do have 2 patient interaction encounters, but I don't have like clinicals where I'm in the hospital every week. That starts next semester for me. Let's see, what else? I still am using a planner to make sure that I keep everything in track, so I can make sure I'm checking everything, and this right here has my name on it. I got it from Etsy, and I will link that store down below so you can go get one by yourself, and I just write everything down just like I have before. I have a much more extensive way of how I keep my school planner in my previous video, and I will link that one down below as well. So yeah, I just have my planner. I do want to say that I think starting a month ago, I've had a test in nursing school every single week, and so pretty much I study all the time. So yeah, starting like a month ago, I have had a test every single week, and will continue to have a test every single week until the end of the semester. And so that is just, it's like you study all week for one test, and then you take that test, and it's not like you have a break. You just immediately jump back in and start studying for the next test. And so that's why, like, I've been kind of getting a couple comments lately saying that, like, I'm sucking at YouTube, basically, and I am really trying, guys. I mean, like, I know it's not, I don't post on the same day every week, but I at least try to get up one video a week. But I mean, I know I don't have a job and stuff, but like, I still am in sweethearts, and nursing school is just it's insane how much I study. And so I really am trying to do YouTube too, because like it's just working back and forth. So I am trying to get up a video once a week. I'm sorry if it's not as much as you would like, and trust me, I really wish I could post more, but sometimes it's a struggle to just even get one up with the amount of schoolwork I have to do and stuff like that. So I apologize for that part. But I did kind of want to show you how I study-ish for my test. I make these. This is all for this was one stack 4 that I had for my first patho test. So there's all those. I make these like study sheets from our PowerPoints, and they kind of look like this. It's kind of hard to show. I mean, like, it's kind of hard to, like, I don't know, explain them, because I just take our PowerPoints basically and write them out in ways that make sense to me, and like I group them as like material goes together, and it's all colorful and stuff like that. So I kind of want to make a video on this, but then again, I kind of don't know how because like it's literally just what works for me, and that is a big, huge thing in nursing school. I have one friend who, like, she makes flashcards for everything, and that's how she studies, and that's great, but I don't do good with flashcards. I would rather do something like this, and yeah, and so it's just kind of finding what works for you as far as studying goes and stuff like that. Oh, another thing with nursing school is I have had to, it is a different style of learning. I am definitely a memorization person. Like, you give me something to memorize as far as school goes, I got it. I can tell you exactly what that is. Like, tell me I need to know a drug for diabetes, let's say. I can tell you everything about that drug. But nursing school tests don't work like that. Nursing school tests are taking everything that you've learned in class, but then pretty much all of the questions are application questions. So they give you a situation with a patient in a hospital and all this different type of stuff, and you have to take what you know and kind of pull from different places and then answer the question. It's definitely, I am not that good, that kind of test taker, so I've definitely had to change my style of learning as well, because I am very much, give me the information, I can repeat the information back, not give me the information, let me apply it to a different situation, if that makes sense. So that is definitely a different style of learning and test taking that I have had to adapt to, and I'm still adapting to it. It's very, very hard for me to do that, but that is what nursing is, taking what you know and applying it to every different type of patient that you have. And so it's definitely a learning curve, but I'm slowly getting better at it, that's for sure. And then another thing with nursing school tests, a lot of the time multiple answers are correct. You just have to choose the best one. And a kind of a good example that I can give you is, it was talking about lymph nodes, and these are all, like, you know, all of your neck and stuff. And one of the questions was, you gently palpate, which means like palpating is like touching basically and like pushing and stuff. You gently palpate with both hands. When you assess lymph nodes like on your face and stuff, you do it with both hands at the same time to make sure that, you know, everything's even. But another answer choice was, you gently palpate with your fingertips in circular motions, which you can also do. You gently palpate, you don't do like this with your hands, you do it with your fingers, and you know, kind of move to make sure that they're moving. So literally both answer choices are right, you just had to pick the best one, if that makes sense. If that's the only kind of example that I can give you that's in easy terms. I have learned that we were taught, like in the very, very beginning, by like 2020, there's going to be an 800,000 nursing shortage. So if you even think that you might want to be a nurse, go for it. I mean, there's going to be a huge shortage of nurses as the baby boomers are retiring and getting older and stuff like that, and need nurses to take care of them. Yeah, so it's crazy. It's definitely a completely different experience, and I am surviving my first semester of nursing school day by day, literally day by day. I have to get support from my family and friends all the time saying like, this is okay, you will make it, stuff like that. And I definitely have a countdown going on my phone until the last day of nursing school. So, or I mean for this semester, the last day of this semester is what I mean. So it's hard, but I'm making it, and I can't wait until this semester is over, that's for sure. But yeah, I hope this, guys, was a little bit of an update as to how nursing school is going and how being a nursing student is. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching. Love ya. Mwah.